Good evening, everybody. Chris Overstreet, the Redneck Gaijin here. A few months back, you may have seen a video of mine where I did a race against several other wacky Assetto Corsa mods in the Peugeot 20 something or other. It was a Peugeot, it doesn't really matter. In any case, the thing is, when I set that up, I didn't actually drive most of the mods. I just picked them out because they looked weird. So I think today I'm going to go to Brands Hatch Indy and take all the cars I used in that video around the track to see how they handle and how fast I can put in a lap in them. And we're going to begin by getting a baseline in the good old Ford Transit van, which, if you'll remember, is the vehicle that came in last of those that didn't wipe out in the first lap. I'll be using default setups for all of these cars, including the Ford Transit. And we'll be taking the best time out of 5 laps, or however long it takes me to actually get a valid lap time. So long as you bear in mind the slight tail happiness of the Ford Transit, it is a very stable, if slow, vehicle to handle, so getting around Brands Hatch Indy is no real great difficulty. It's finding what little speed can be found that comes into it. My best lap around here is a 1:10. Let's see if we can actually find that. Well, that lap is shot. Of course, there's every possibility that I had a slipstream when I did put in that best, which would definitely be a major advantage in this vehicle. Whoops. Okay, I've got 1 lap left after this to make this happen. And all I did was, I was 6/10 up at one point, and all I did was match my best time for this session. Okay, so 1:12.2 is the baseline in the Ford Transit. Next, we're going to take out the car that starred in that video I mentioned, the Peugeot 208 GTI. Right. This car is actually lifted pretty well wholesale out of the Gran Turismo game, which is why you'll never see it on simracing.gp, which only uses original mods and not recycled material because, well, that's how you stay legal. But since I am not peddling a service, all I'm doing is making a stupid video, I have no trouble at all with using this mod. Jesus Christ. Okay, something got corrupted there. Oh, and I bet I know what. Yeah, gonna have to restart this and turn on Content Manager and Custom Shader. I forgot about that. Now, the Peugeot 208 has fairly slow acceleration for a car of its size, and it does have a tendency to lose rear-end grip at high speed. But other than that, it's not that much worse for handling than the Transit van, and it definitely has a much higher top speed. So let's see what it does. Now, the thing is, you see how it's trying to lose the tail at speeds not really any faster than what the Transit was able to hold at. Yeah. The Transit is actually better in corners than this thing is. Oh, it's squirrely as shit. But getting us on the first flying lap, I'm getting a sub-minute time, so that by itself shows it's much faster than the Ford. Much faster into the T1 gravel. 1 lap to go. There we go, 56.96, the best lap out of 5 flyers. Probably could find another 2 seconds in this thing if I was more willing to hang it out on the edge, but the tail happiness of this thing and the fact that it wants to lock up its brakes on a whim makes me disinclined to do so. Alright, now that we've got through the sensible ones, let's go from the bottom to the top. We've already done the Ford Transit. Let's focus on the cars that did not finish first. Well, they didn't finish first because they didn't finish. And with that in mind, we're going to begin with one near and dear to my heart, the Bathtub Car. Now, with the Bathtub Car, while the physics of the car and the 3D model are both original, they use the engine sounds from Assetto Corsa, recycling KUNOS materials. So again, this is not one that's probably ever going to appear on SimRacing.gp, even if you don't take into account the fact that it's a goddamn bathtub. But to be fair, I've criticized other cars of handling like a bathtub in the past, so let's see how this one runs. Steering is extremely loosey-goosey. Okay, I should not have gone for 5th gear there. I should have lifted. Thankfully, this is only the out lap, but we're about to start the ones where they count. Oh, it's got next to no grip. Cannot put all the power down. My right foot has not gone to the floor in this thing since I started, because the grip just is not there, especially on the rear. Whoa. Okay, this is lap 3, and it's obviously spoiled. Only 2 laps left to go, and this is next best thing to undrivable. And that lap's invalidated. Which is a shame, because I'm a second up at the moment. And I didn't gain time by that off... Fuck. So if you have much greater skills than I do, a sub 50 on this track in this car is definitely possible. Yeah, sub 50 is definitely in the cards for somebody better than I am. 51.3 is the best that I can do in 5 laps of driving. Yeah, you see that back wing on there? That thing, that does nothing. No wonder that one didn't make it. And speaking of cars that didn't make it to the end of the Wacky race, here's the Flintstone Mobile. Now, I did try this out just out of curiosity. I did when I made the first video, and I didn't get very far at all because, well, consider, the original Flintstones car is basically driving 2 rolling pins linked at the hubs. How do you steer this thing? And to make it even worse, in the Flintstones cartoon, you get traction through your feet. You don't do that in Assetto Corsa, so where is the traction going to come from? Asphalt and stone. Yeah, I am not expecting much good out of this. Okay, this is very weird. I'm not even getting cockpit view properly. I'm riding with Barney Rubble is what I'm doing here. No grip at all. Okay, we get to start that over for repairs for one thing. And I'm just going to have to drive third-person view simply because I can't see any other way. Which kills the engine sound, so yeah. Incidentally, there is a physics update for this mod, but I don't have it installed. Brakes are shit. Well, this is going to be a slow first lapping. Based on the tire temps, I'm going to assume this is rear-wheel drive. Which is definitely not cartoon accurate, and I'm going to complain to the creators as soon as I can find them. The brakes are shit. Handling is shit. This is definitely a Stone Age car. Cannot give it any gas in the curves, none at all. Baby the throttle. Now open the taps. Ah! So third lap invalidated, fourth lap invalidated. All right, let's get this thing around and try to get one baby ass safe lap, just so I can put any time, whatever, on the board for this video. Come on, hold steady. Here we go, come on. No, 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 no. Quit trying to snap on me. Last chance. Okay, there we go. Easy, easy. There we go. Damn, damn, damn. Any little thing makes it want to snap. Okay, and goose it to the line. This is the only time we got. 103.1 and oh boy. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to drive that ever again. All right, let's go on to the last vehicle that didn't make it to the finish line in the Wacky race. And that is going to be Tom Mater from Cars. Unfortunately, the download site for this mod doesn't tell us what this guy is based off of or who made any of the models or anything. But there's Mater in all his quote-unquote glory. And this is actually a drift mod. It's made for a Facebook community focusing on drift cars. Which means this is going to be just as squirrely as the last two cars and possibly as squirrely as the last two cars combined. This one doesn't really have a cockpit view either. Annoying. Actually, Mater's a lot more stable than I was expecting. I spoke too soon, but nope, held it. Fuck. I got hard on the brakes for Druids, and that's what killed. Rear end locks up. Damn it, locked up again. I'm going to have to brake very early going into T1, I see. There, this time I stayed on the track for the first corner. And, well, that would have been the 5th lap anyway, so let's just go ahead and call it there. I was just about able to get it under a minute, but control issues. Seriously, control issues. So let's bring up what was... Let's see, well, what was... Okay, the Ford Transit was the slowest one to actually finish the race. It came in ninth. More... No. Yeah, I think so. It was a 12 race and 3 DNF, so yeah, it would have come in ninth. 8th place... I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, the Flintstone car did finish, and only one car finished behind it. Now, the Transit finished last of all the cars that actually finished the race. This came in next to last. And for some reason, even with Content Manager Custom Shader on, this thing is looking for shit here in the game. This is supposed to be a hover truck thing. The Farcreek Megatruck is what it's called. You'd think it would be fast as hell and grippy as hell and all futuristic as hell. Evidently not. This one is all original. The maker claims it has 900 brake horsepower. No, beg your pardon, 1001 brake horsepower. Brake lights on the front so everyone can see that you're not braking. Spoiler alert, I will be braking. A lot. Oh, hark! Now I see why the mod maker says you won't be braking. Because you can't brake! You can't brake and you can't steer either. Oh, this is a glitchy son of a bitch too, isn't it? Did you see what the hands did there on the wheel? Brakes do nothing. This is the most undrivable of the cars I've tried to this point. There's an old joke in golfing circles about the man who taught a gorilla how to play golf. Man says he's great off the tee, drives 300 yards. And another guy says, well, how does he putt? Same way, 300 yards. As nice as speed might be, it's nothing if you don't have control. And this car definitely does not have control in any way, shape, or form. Damn, it's same place. Not going particularly fast. You'd think I'd be able to brake for the curve at the bottom of the hill, and you would be wrong. There's the track. What is it about all the modders that make things with no grip and no brakes, huh? Holy gee, Bob. This is a nice car, but I don't think it wants to kill me enough. I want a car that hates my guts. Well, I stayed on the pavement this time. Hooray for me. Of course, I have to jump off the pavement to get turned around. Okay, I think this is my last chance. Hold. 2 tires in, 2 tires in. Yes, yes, yes. When the thing's accelerating, I can't see the track. Okay, 1:11:35. And let that be a lesson to you folks. All the power in the universe is useless if you can't put it down safely. Okay, I need a break before I tackle the next horrible handling car on this list, which I have tried out. So let's take on one of the cat mods. These are both pretty much interchangeable. One's black and one's ginger. And they're both basically reskins of the RUF, which is... let's see. Yep, I know it's here someplace. Here we go. Yeah, they're basically reskins of the Yellowbird for all practical purposes. But they look cuter. And no doubt you've seen this on the Jimmy Broadbent channel at some point. And there's another one from the Jimmy Broadbent channel that we're going to see later on. The one that won the Wacky race. But for right now, let's just go ahead and take this good girl around the track. Isn't that just a nice, adorable V6 loaf? Oh, this feels so much nicer. The only real problem is the cat's eye view of the cat's eyes. It's a real challenge trying to find, even with the racing line assist, it's real difficult to find braking and acceleration points this close to the pavement. Up. Ask too much of Kitty. Turn. Come on. Okay, the rear end on this thing does want to snap in fast curves. Still, Kitty Cat is fast. One lap to go. And that spoiled it. Okay, let's just bring it on in. The car isn't the problem there, it's the fact that it's so low to the ground I have no visibility. Bear in mind, in real life, I'm used to driving a Nissan cargo van. Okay, on to another one I've been kind of dreading, and that is the Lego Hot Rod number 2. Now, this thing has tremendous straight line speed, but what it also has is plastic tires, which means no grip. And as we've already seen, at Brands Hatch Indy, grip is everything. This isn't even the worst cockpit view we've had so far today, but it's pretty bad. So long as you're gentle with it, this one isn't actually terrible. Just frightening. Okay, that's going to be a nice banker lap. Let's see what we can wring out of this in 4 more. Yeah, this thing likes trail braking. It doesn't like people getting hard on the anchors. Okay, that's all I can wring out of it in 5 laps. 56.7. This one is tiring to drive, but I wouldn't mind doing it once or twice as a novelty. I wouldn't seek out a series of races for it, though. Yeah, this one placed 4th in the Wacky race. Let's see the one that placed 3rd. Yeah, this is it. An office chair. An office chair with 517 brake horsepower. Oh boy. Top speed 230 plus kilometers an hour. In American terms, that's about 135 to 150-ish. No, more like 140. 150 would be 250 kilometers, give or take. So yeah. Oh, and this thing weighs the better part of more than half a ton. Yeah, obviously this is a reskin of some other vehicle. So, and I am told that this thing actually has DRS. We're going to give that a try. No engine noises. Brakes aren't bad, but not the best in the world. Grip also is not great, but not as terrible as some of the other things we've driven today. Well, I'm going off here. There's no help for that. Yeah, grip is really not great. On the first flying lap and barely held T1. Oh, it doesn't have DRS, it has ERS. Oh! Okay. Gonna have to restart the experiment. I did get in 2 flying laps, so we're only going to go for 3 flyers on this one. Okay, 1 lap left to put it all together. This is going to be pretty fast regardless. All right, 53.9. That's actually tiring. Here we go. This car took second place. The mod for the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, 1984. Originally off a 1959 Cadillac hearse. Bunch of bullshit. Boils down to 355 brake horsepower. Weighs about a ton. I think that's actually a bit lighter than what the original Caddy hearse actually put out. Top speed, about 150 some miles an hour. And 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. So, yeah. That's the wrong horn, modder. It's supposed to be the wee-oh, wee-oh, wee-oh. Or whatever it was from the Ghostbusters movies. That kind of tells me that this might be a reskin of a General Lee mod somewhere up the line. Anyway. It does handle a lot like an old American muscle car. It's tail heavy a little bit. And it's got more power than it could put down in low gears. But the straight line speed is biblical. As we are about to witness. Assuming I can keep it out of the fuck. Okay, that's 2 laps fried. Now, can we keep this straight to get a legit lap in? Or at least get one started? Okay, I've got 1 lap left after this. And I started it shittily. (52.1). Wow, and yeah, Brands Hatch Indy is claustrophobic for this car. It really is. It's very much like the Lego Hot Rod. You can't put your full speed down anywhere on the track. Alright, and now we've come to the one you've probably been expecting and waiting for all this time. And yes, you saw it on the Jimmy Broadbent channel at some point in the past, I know. But I have to put in my time anyway. So where the hell... Here it is. It's T-Rex time. So, Cloaca Cam. Brakes ain't great. And believe it or not, grip isn't great either. You would kind of expect that to be the case with the greatest carnivore that ever lived, which in real life was capable of doing over 40 kilometers an hour. I just spun out a T-Rex. Damn it. And I've just given him a broken foot. Let's start this one completely over. What I noticed is this doesn't have engine sound, but it does have the sound of a turbocharger. Oh, it does want to slide. Whoa. I think I'm going to call it there, just because it's, as soon as I touched the brakes, it spun on me. And I did get a sub 50 on that, so I'm going to be satisfied. But yeah, that one is surprisingly difficult to control. Alright, and now we're going to finish off with a wacky race against all the cars that I've just driven here, but, and this is the important thing, I'm not going to be driving one of them. Yeah, that's what I'll be driving amongst all those meme machines. 4 laps, and let's see what happens. Probably, no, oh my god, they put me on the front row. I'm supposed to be, this is gonna hurt a lot. Lawnmower away! Oh my god, it's one. Mine is 1 speed, 1 gear. Top speed about 62. On the other hand, it handles very nice. Probably because it can't go fast. Acceleration was great up until I hit top end.